Hello YouTube, we are back for another quick upload, and it's in relation to this Action Comics number 39. I've been very intrigued about this book, even though we do have a lot of projects that we are working on, but I've been thinking a lot about how I am going to conserve, or actually take that back, restore this book, because that is what I want to do. I want to restore it. There was a lot of intrigue and a lot of questions on the Instagram account that I have for Jerry the Jitterbug, and also on the YouTube upload. Now, one thing that I discovered was that this section right here on the left of the cover, if you can see this crease right here, everything to the left of this crease, including the Nazi's helmet, from here to here, it's glued. So this is glued onto the first page or the first wrap of the book. So we're going to have an issue trying to remove this. I didn't try to do it yet, but I don't know if this glue will loosen up perhaps with water or some other methods. But regardless, if I can't loosen it up, I'm going to have make a decision whether I am going to save the portion of the cover or save the portion of the first wrap, which the cover is glued on. I think that I'm going to save the cover, and if need be, I will remove this section of the first wrap, and we will sand it down or try to remove the newsprint from the cover so we can keep as much graphics as possible. So, another issue is, how am I going to reproduce the top of this beautiful World War II Action Comics? Now, I know a lot of you asked, how are you going to do it? Are you going to freehand? Are you going to use a reproduction cover? And in fact, I think Comic Journey asked if I'm going to use a freehand approach and try to replicate the cover. And I answered his question where I wasn't certain with the answer. But I was thinking about it, and I combed the internet to find a nice copy of Action Comics 39, or at least the front cover, and this is what I found. This was the best I can do with the short time that I looked. And then also what I looked for was the back of this cover, because we're going to have to replicate that. And as you can see, look at all the little advertisements. No one really, in my opinion, can replicate that freehand. That's going to have to be some form of copy or reproduction. So here we go. I found a nice picture of the interior of the page, or the first cover. The cover. So although I am happy with what I found, I went online, and because I wasn't that happy with the reproduction, and I found, or at least the photo, that I found, and I found this, and this came in the mail today. So I want to show you what's inside, and we're going to see if this is going to help me, because the goal is I want to get a template in order to have a nice copy of the cover, which includes the back of the cover, in the process of doing the restoration. And my goal, because I want to try to get a professional restored grade, and it's not where you can just make a color photocopy and then connect it to the actual existing cover with Tengojo or methyl cellulose. However you're going to attach it, it's not good enough. It's not something where you can just make a photocopy and connect it and send it off to CGC, and they're going to think, wow, that was a wonderful restoration job. No, because that's not restoration. It has to be a little bit more involved, a little bit more artistic. And I know that they want you to use acrylic paints, and it has to be a quality reproduction. So I bought this book. I found this on eBay. It's from the 90s, and it's the golden age of Superman. And I got it for cheap. It was like 11 bucks. I think it was free shipping, so it was a good deal. It's a used book. So my goal is that hopefully, and let's look, here's, $11.39, I paid for it. Okay, so hopefully within this book, and I gambled because I don't know if there's going to be the actual Action Comics 39, but I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. And hopefully as this, just like this, there's going to be a picture of the Action Comics 39 like this, and I'll be able to replicate it by making a high quality photocopy. And then once I make the high quality photocopy, what I am going to do is I am going to make another copy, adjust, cut and paste, and all I want is the outline of the Action Comics. I want maybe to borrow the graphics in relation to up here where it has Superman breaking the chains, and I am going to white it out with various cut and paste and covering the colors. And then I'm also going to use acrylic paints. So it's going to be a cross between using acrylic paints and using the existing graphics with the photocopied or laser printed cover that hopefully is within this book that I can use for the reproduction process. So far we're actually not getting the cover that I really would want, and it looks like we passed the oh no, here we go. So here we go, we're getting there, and keep our fingers crossed. I have this one in the collection. Let's keep on looking, fingers crossed. There it is, bingo. So right here is what I want. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted, and I was lucky. So right here, we do have a copy of the cover, and I am going to make a reproduction of this, and then I am going to shrink and enlarge, and I am going then to get the right paper that matches up as best as possible with the existing cover. And then we're going to use acrylic paints because I will paint over the existing colors for the copy in order to make it where CGC hopefully will deem the restoration as professional. So my bet worked out, because this stuff right here is very hard to replicate with the DC Comics and the little detailed right here. What this says, I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. I'm not going to get close. But this is very hard to reproduce. But I will be able to at least use it, and I can paint over it. And I think that's the best way that I can do this job. So short upload, guys, just to show you how my thought process works. I'm glad I bought this book for 11 bucks and change, and this is an awesome book just to have, to see all of the awesome Action Comics covers and Superman covers. I'm really getting into Superman Golden Age, especially the World War II stuff, and I'm going to start trying to collect it a little bit more. So short upload, just to show you the thought process. Give me a thumbs up, share it, let's spread the love. let's get going and trying to increase the subs to my channel. And I appreciate your support, and stay tuned.